Welcome to DS Trucks. This is going to be a snowfall for the record books. Check it out, guys. We finally got some deep accumulating snow. It's been years, but we finally got some. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's get inside the F450. Let's do some plowing. I'll definitely do my best to mount the camera in today's snowfall. It's going to be hectic, but I'm going to do my best. But anyway, let's go ahead and kick off this video. Starting off here at home. Fired up the truck and ready to hit the road. See you guys on the road. All right, guys, so we hit the ground running. As you can see, hopefully that footage turned out all right. But we've got the commercial started. It is now almost 4:30, almost 5. And yeah, check out the 450. It's doing good, plowing good. I did kind of run into a snowbank with one of the fender flares a little bit, but it was like soft, packed snow. I don't think it did nothing. It was like powder that I ran into, so it should be good. But the truck's doing good. Yeah, just trying to get my footing under me. It's nice to have some snow that you can actually push, that you can actually, do what you got to do. But anyway, I got my lights turned on. I should just turn on those other lights real quick just to see how they look. We've opened up our commercials. Now we've got to go back and hit them again. We've already got them started, but we are crewed up right now. We're getting snow blowers running. Now our snow blowers haven't been started in a long time, so they're just starting up. They sound like they're running all right. Take a look. Cody, can you do me a favor? Can you grab all those extra bottles and shit that's in the 450, throw them in a can in the back? All right, let's see what's up. Looking good. That's gonna help out, huh? Hell yeah.
Double check. You said 230, regular gas and 230, all right?
Yep. Hey, that's good. Hey, mainly this area because we're gonna put the snow blowers right up in here, so. All right, so we're gonna hook up, we're gonna get after it. See you guys at the next scene. All right, doesn't get any closer than this. It is like 6:30 a.m. and we are salting by the doorways, but lots melting. And we're just gonna go back around, touch base. Here's how it looks, the piles of snow piling up. I try to take some of this out of here, but it is what it is. After now, the lot's gonna get a little bit smaller, but we got salt down. This asphalt isn't all that great, but you guys need some more? Need some more? All right, we're gonna do the same thing by the front doors real quick. All right, jump in. All right, guys, we are out here getting after it. Here's a 450. Check it out. The 250 is back here. A lot of traffic starts to open up on Jefferson around this time. Tough time to plow. See how this looks. You say what?
Do you have your phone on you?
Yeah, why? Why?
So I'm about to get this side again. So I can get it. Unless you want to get it.
I'll get it because my blade's wider.
Okay. Are you going to record me?
Uh,
What do you think I should do? So I'm still going, but what do you think I should do? What's best?
you just pushing these trails over toward this pile here.
Yeah, because I pulled it back. I'm just going to push it.
Yeah, I mean, just do that. I'll work on the front. Make sure you don't hit nothing. When you back up, it's hard without the camera, so be careful backing up.
Yeah, I've been looking.
And just
Great.
keep cleaning up what you're doing, and then I'll salt it.
Did you salt the other places?
Yep, I just went and salted that.
Does that look okay?
That looked good. Did you put the blade down at all?
Yeah.
Look good. I just salted. I just had to salt. And just keep doing what you're doing. I'll touch it up once you finish, and I'll work on making sure the approach looks good.
So you get all that in a second? Okay, cool.
Yep. All right. 450. Looking good. Looking good. All right, so see how he's doing over here. Put the back of the truck in that lane,
On that one?
in that far one.
Okay.
Don't hit the building.
All right.
It's easy to hit the building. Don't hit the building.
Okay.
Put the blade over. Angle it this way
Yeah.
and push it back, and windrow everything over, and then push it back and make all these trails work over this way. And then when it gets over enough, then push it over. When it's enough room for you to get the truck behind it, then push it over. All right, I'll see if I can clean this up. I'll see if I can clean this up. Gotta get the approach. All right, guys. So at this point in the video, I want to talk about what almost took me out. And thank you for watching this long, all the way to the end. If you did, and I appreciate that. If you can, hit the like, thumbs up button. That also would be much appreciated. But overall, the night went well. No major issues, no casualties, no accidents or anything like that. But the next day, I did realize that the city, because of the snow emergency, decided that they were going to plow all of the side streets. Now, because the city's plowing all the side streets, it would have made an issue with all the clients that we just did. It would have plowed them all in, and then I would have no doubt had a couple complaints. A lot of people probably would have just took care of it or whatever, but a lot of people can't. A lot of people are, for whatever reason, that's why they have the service. Maybe they're elderly, maybe they're disabled, whatever, and that's why they have the service. So that would have actually blocked in a lot of people, having the city come back around with their snow plows and plow everybody back in. So 2 a.m. the next day, I'm already pretty much in the groove. I got up early, and just me in the truck by myself, I went and opened up about 15 or so driveways. The rest of the properties were pretty much already open because they were on main roads that were getting plowed when we were out, so they already got reopened. But the side streets, the houses that are on the side streets, definitely got plowed back in. Actually, business couldn't even open, wouldn't have been able to open because the city, this business is located inside streets, so the city comes back around and plows everybody back in, and they wouldn't have been able to open because it was a mountain of ice and snow and the heavy pack stuff that a lot of people would get stuck in. So 2 a.m. got up, took me a couple hours, made my rounds, going around opening everybody up, and on one of the residential properties, I noticed something. Now, keep in mind, before we went out and I was with the crew, As you saw in the beginning of the video, there was guys shoveling out the bed of the truck. There was a guy with a snow blower. At that point, I had a meeting with the guys, and we talked about what we were going to do, how we're going to work together, how we're going to move the snow together, moving it and working cohesive with the machines. Don't work opposite. If you don't have these kind of conversations, you'll have one guy blowing snow onto the same spot that the next guy's blowing snow onto, and they'll just work against each other, literally. So, I made an effort to tell them, it's three of you. There's snow blowers. You guys got to work together. You guys got to figure out where you're going to put the snow. It seems simple. It's just a residential house and it's just moving snow, but it's easy to be very ineffective when you're using snow blowers or shovels or anything. So we had a conversation about working together, but another important item was brought up in this conversation. And I told the guys, make sure you do not cover your dryer vents. Do not cover dryer vents on properties. We talked about not covering them up. We talked about the dangers of carbon monoxide getting into the property if you cover up a dryer vent. So make sure you are not covering up dryer vents. We have 8 inches of snow, and it's bound to happen. If you're not paying attention, it's going to happen. And when you have employees, they tend to not pay attention. So we talked about this. Everybody seemed like they were on the same page on not covering up dryer vents. So fast forward to me at 2 a.m. going and opening up driveways, and I get to a property where I know where the dryer vent is. I know where the dryer vent is because somebody was getting to this house. I don't know who it was. They were doing the snow before we got to it. Like a neighbor or something was out getting the other neighbor's snow done, and they put the snow on a dryer vent, and I had to clear a little spot just because of that. And then I didn't even do the snow. I think I might have did the snow like the next time and noticed that they were piling snow. Someone else was piling snow, and I even brought it up to one of my guys. Here's the dryer vent here. Make sure you don't cover this dryer vent. So this is even before we went out this big snowfall. This my little brother actually is the one who I showed the dryer vent to. So I go out, I'm opening up driveways, and I see this particular dryer vent covered under at least like a foot of snow. So the dryer vent's going to be off the ground by about a foot, and then they got another foot of snow on top of that. So they got like 2 feet of snow stacked up like in a huge mount up against the house. And we had a conversation about not putting snow up against the house because it melts and goes into the basement, and it's a big mess, and it's sitting up against the bricks, and it's just not a good situation. Put the snow, work the snow away from the structure if possible. Sometimes I guess it's going to happen, but in this situation, it didn't need to be up against the house. So, that's one of the issues, but mainly you covered the vent in a lot of snow. Just typically, if there's a little bit of snow by a dryer vent, the dryer's heat will probably melt it. But this was so much snow that if it were able to melt any of it, it turned to ice and black it up even more. So, you get a situation like this where there's enough snow, it could be a big problem. Chances are it would melt. But, in this situation being, and I'll put a picture up, but in this situation being this much snow on it, it could have been a big issue. So I thought about it, like what to do. Like I really didn't know what to do. Very unhappy about the situation, and I went and talked to my little brother, gave him a hard time, and I told him that he had to go and check every property for dryer vents and call every client. So, every residential property that we did that has a dryer vent, which everyone has a dryer vent, but some properties we don't even really go near anything like that. So not every residential property, but at least like 20 of them. He had to go back and check and call every client. And he let them know that we're checking all your dryer vents and furnace vents. We walked around my house. I showed him what a furnace vent looks like, because those aren't hard to block at all. Those high efficiency furnaces, they have low hanging exhaust vents. So he goes out and he checks everyone. and he calls every client, and he finds like 4 more dryer vents covered up, and he goes and uncovers them and all that. So that was a huge fiasco. That almost took me out, because if something would have happened, that would have been a big problem, and it wouldn't have looked, it would have been bad. It would have been, I could have taken the blame for that, because it was so obvious that the snow was stacked in that location. It's not like Mother Nature came and did that in the backyard or something, and we only do the front yard, and we would have had no way of knowing. No. There's no reason. There's really no reason. There's really no excuse for that if anything got bad. So that's how it almost took me out. I caught it. We addressed it, luckily. But those are the things you got to watch out for, you know, when you have people, have employees. Got to watch out for those things. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. This is DS Trucks. See you in the next video. Over and out. Bye.